Hi everybody, it's Brittany, and today I am doing the Huda Beauty Desert Dusk palette. I know this isn't anything new, but it's new to me, and I want to play with it, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play with it. You'll have to excuse my voice today. For some reason, it's gone. I think it's from playing Borderlands last night. Probably. This is what the outside packaging looks like. And you open it up and it has this cool, but ooh, it's kind of hot. This cool but super weird, like flippy floppy face. It's a floppy face. I got a floppy face. So yes, this is what the inside of the palette looks like. To me, it is very beautiful. I like the colors. I like the shimmers, okay? I don't really, like the rest of these colors I could probably dupe in multiple palettes, but I like these shimmers a lot. To preface, I'm going to be going like a book this way, and I will let you know what the color shades are. Alright, the first three shades that we have is Desert Sand, Musk, and Eden, and that is what those look like. The next three is Amber, Blood Moon, and Ode. Alright, off the bat, this color here, Ode, is very rich. Like, looking in the pan, it looks like it's going to pull more red, but it's not that it doesn't pull red, it's just that I was thinking that it would be more along this shade, which I guess if I was using a brush, it might be. Actually, I'll just brush swatch this one. Alright, we'll brush swatch it. Alright, looking at it, that's just one brush swatch. It's great. The pigmentation is actually really good. And you could see what I was talking about. It looks like it would pull more red, and it is pulling red, but if you look at it, it has more of a chocolate tone to it. But in the pan, it appears to be more of a red color. To me, more of a red brown and less of this chocolate that we're getting. Second row, we have Celestial, Nefertiti, and Twilight. I personally really like that Twilight shade. And then we have Amethyst, Royal, and Retrograde. And they look like this. And again, this shade here is pulling more red than I expected. Now I know looking in the pan that this shade here is actually one of those brown to blue shades, but it didn't swatch as nice. Let me see if I can do a better one. We'll do it on my hand. Yeah. It looked like it was supposed to be a brown to blue, but when it's swatching, it's actually swatching in a way where it looks almost purple, where it's going from like brown to purple. And I don't know if that's because this is more of has more of a red tone to it, like I thought this one was gonna have. I thought that this one was gonna swatch more like this one, and it's pulling more of a purple, like, can you see? First of all, it didn't swatch nicely. I'll swatch this one just because it is more of a foiled shade, and I want to see how it will swatch. Alright, I actually think that this brush swatched, well, I mean, it's not that I think it actually brush swatched a lot better than it finger swatched, which is weird, because, I mean, even if I do it again, like, it's not getting any better. Like, I mean, this is a little bit better than this one, but it's not anywhere near this one. So I think that with this one, it's actually better to be used with a brush than it is with anything else. But you will lose some of that glitter because that glitter will kind of fall, and you'll have a lot of fallout because this has glitters in it, so keep that in mind. But now you can see it's pulling more purple than it is pulling right here. You can see it, that it's pulling more purple, and I thought it was going to pull more blue. Moving on to the last row. Ooh. Okay. All right. The first shade we have is Cashmere, which, sorry, it was a little chunky. Angelic, which I really like. And again, this reminds me of the Parisian Lights by Becca, the highlighter, and also the Glistening Peach from the White Peach palette by Too Faced. It's where it's that pink, but it shifts to more of a peach color. So, alright, this next one's going to be difficult. This one is Cosmo, and this is a pressed glitter. So I'm not expecting like an amazing swatch out of it, but it is beautiful. If you look at it, it does have a lot of like the glitters in here. While it looks more coppery, it does glisten and has a lot of different tones to it. Looking at it, I can see pinks and yellows within it, so it's pretty. The last three I have is Turkish Delight, Saffron, and Blazing. Alright. These are the last ones. Oh, and there's green. At this angle, I could see a little green. But I'm going to swatch. Let's swatch this shade here, which is Saffron, because it didn't show up the best on a finger swatch, and I want to see how it looks on a brush swatch. Alright, not as exciting, I should say, as when I did the retrograde, where it turned out a lot better. It also appears to be slightly patchy. Let's see. And it's not as easily blended. Here. I'll go in with this stippling side. Alright, so it's not horrible at blending on its own, but let me do a third swatch so we can see how well it builds. So that would be the first one layer. 2 layers. It's just getting patchier as it goes. 3 layers. You could see where it's getting patchy. Alright. My final thoughts on this palette is that this is a very beautiful palette. I really like all the shimmers in here, and I feel like the color story on this is not extremely inspiring. It's not like I look at this and I'm like, yes, I could come up with so many looks with this. This is beautiful. This makes me want to do my makeup. No, that's not the case with this. But I feel like that if there was a specific look that I wanted, that I could grab it from, how do I explain this? I feel like this would be a palette that I would reach for if I wanted the shimmers. The rest of these I have over and over and over again, except for maybe this musk color here, because this musk color here is like a cool tone brown, but it is very light, and I like it. This would be something that I'd probably pop on the outer corner of my eye if I was going for a natural eye look. As far as this palette goes, I feel like this is an all-inclusive palette. You could do an entire eye look using this palette. So if this was a palette that you were interested in or that you were saving your money for, I would think that this is a good palette to save your money for. The colors in here, for the most part, are pigmented, and they show up the way that you would expect them to. I feel like with this palette, you can come up with an entire eye look. I feel like with this palette, you could also have versatility. I feel like with this palette, you could come up with more of neutral eye looks that will get you through every day, like work, whatever. And you could also come to this palette and use this if you were going out and wanted to do more of an intense look, more of a sultry look, more of a fun look. I really feel like this palette is versatile. So that's why I would recommend this palette. Anyways, this has been a probably 20-minute outro and 4 minutes of actual video because I've had to go through this so many times. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you come back for more. I love you all, you beautiful unicorns. Mwah. Bye. Please don't hate me, because I did 6,000 outros.